Today I'm going to explain the movie called Better Watch Out from 2016. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care, and I hope you enjoy it. In the beginning, we see a girl, Ashley, who's really young and a beautiful girl. While she's driving the car, her mom calls her. She tells her mom that she's going to babysit tonight. She used to babysit Luke for a long time to earn some extra money. We see that there's a couple who have a 12-year-old kid. The wife is always bossy with her husband, and she's really beautiful, and the husband really loves her. So Ashley's here for this purpose. The couple is going out for the night, and we see two boys named Luke and Garrett. Both of them have bad habits. They're watching Mia Khalifa's sexy videos on the internet. Both of them are also talking about things with each other, and Luke says that Ashley's coming home tonight for babysitting, and I will surely do something with her. It's now revealed that Ashley has been babysitting Luke for a long time. Luke has liked Ashley a lot since he was a child. He always wanted to do dirty kinds of things with her, but he never got the chance. Now we see that when Ashley arrives home, the old man starts hitting on her because she's really a beautiful girl. Meanwhile, his wife arrives and tells directions to Ashley. She says that Luke has a habit of walking in his sleep, so whenever he leaves his room, we understand that he's sleepwalking. After telling her all the things, the couple leaves the home. Garrett also leaves the house, saying best of luck to Luke. Now Ashley and Luke are all alone at home. Luke asks Ashley to watch a movie with him, and Ashley replies to him that she has to take a call right now. After that, she'll watch a movie with him. She now calls her boyfriend, Ricky, who asks her to be with him on Christmas night. Ricky starts arguing with her, and while she's talking with him on the phone, she sees a spider on the wall. She starts shouting as she sees it, and Luke arrives, so she asks Luke to kill the spider. But instead, Luke catches the spider with a glass, and he says that the spider is innocent, so why should I kill it? He leaves the spider outside. He's now thinking in his mind that he saved Ashley today, and now he's her hero. He's really happy thinking that, and he thinks that Ashley will like him for this. But there's nothing like that. Ashley is still talking to her boyfriend, and Luke is feeling jealous inside. Now Ashley goes to the living room and starts watching a horror movie. Luke brings the champagne bottle with him and starts drinking. He wants to tell Ashley that he's not a child. He pretends that he's an adult. Ashley's really angry at him and says, "Are you mad? What are you doing?" She takes the bottle from him and goes to the kitchen to throw the bottle away. She receives a call from Ricky again, and she starts drinking while talking to him. Luke comes into the kitchen and holds the bottle again. Luke is now watching a movie with Ashley. While they're watching the movie, Luke comes closer to Ashley and wants to kiss her, but Ashley stops him and says, "You're just a kid. You shouldn't do these things at this age. I already have a boyfriend." Luke doesn't feel good about her behavior. He sits angrily. The phone rings in the home, and when Ashley picks up the call, no one talks from the other side. But after some time, they get a phone call again, and Ashley receives the call once more. There's some unknown person on the phone who's talking in a heavy voice, like he has a sore throat, and he says to Ashley that he can watch her all the time. He's watching all of her activities. Ashley first thinks that it's her boyfriend who's trying some lame joke on her. She's already worried due to Luke being home, and now her boyfriend is irritating her. Ashley's looking out of the window now and tries to look for someone if there's someone peeking or not, but there's no one there. When she turns to the window again, there's a Santa Claus statue nearby standing in the front. Ashley's really surprised and terrified seeing it. While she's processing the presence of the statue, the main door opens on its own. She locks the door herself, and now she thinks that there's someone in the house. Ashley runs towards the door and locks it again. She asks for her phone from Luke so that she can call the police and inform them about what's happening. But as he's giving her the phone, it falls into the aquarium. Now they hear someone knocking on the main door. Both of them are now scared and run towards the door to look for who it is. But when they open the door, there's no one. Luke goes outside and says, "Whoever you are, stop frightening us, otherwise it will be very bad for you." The whole situation is making them frightened more and more. Now suddenly, Luke's friend Garrett comes in front of them. Luke and Ashley get shocked to see him, and he's laughing now. He says that he's happy to scare them. Ashley asks him if it was him making the noises outside the house earlier. He replies that he was not here. He just came by now. Now they hear the sound of glass breaking in the room above the stairs. Ashley thinks that there's someone else in the room as well. Now she takes the knife, and the three of them go to the room. They see that the glass of the window is broken. Ashley now tries to call the police, but there's no network on the phone. Now they go to Luke's room and try to inform the police through his laptop. But there's no network on the laptop either. Now Ashley comes down and starts looking for the security panels in the home, but Luke tells her that there are no security panels. Ashley decides that they'll go outside and drive to the police. Now she sees that someone has punctured the tire of her car, and she's really surprised and locks the door of the home. Garrett comes and shows her a brick on which it's written, "If you will try to go outside home, then I will kill you." Garrett is really terrified now and runs outside the house. They hear the sound of gunfire, and Garrett falls on the ground. Ashley is scared and locks the door again. Luke tells her that there's a gun in his father's bedroom. When they go upstairs, they see that someone has entered the house. The man is exploring each room with a shotgun in his hand. Luckily, Luke goes to his father's room and takes the gun. Both of them run and hide in the cupboard in Luke's room. Meanwhile, a toy in his room makes a noise all of a sudden. Hearing the sound of the toy, the man moves towards Luke's room and enters. Ashley sees the man, but she notices that the mask on his face is of Luke's. She asks the man to remove the mask from his face, and when he removes the mask, she finds out that it's Garrett. Now she understands the whole drama created by the boys. They've planned it all from the beginning to be cool in front of her, and to scare her a little. They've been successful in doing that. Garrett has a real shotgun in his hand, and she says to Luke that you're mental and abnormal, and you need some psychological therapy to live life. Now she's about to call his parents, but Luke follows her from behind and tries to stop her. But she isn't doing so. When Ashley's walking down the stairs, Luke slaps her and she falls on the ground and becomes unconscious. Garrett and Luke take Ashley and tie her on the chair with ropes. Now it's revealed that it was all their plan from the start, and they just wanted to do what they're about to do now. When Ashley wakes up, she asks them to free her, and not to do all of this. But Luke points a gun at her and asks her to play a game with them. The game is truth or dare. If you win the game, I'll let you free, but if you lose, you have to drink a drink having poison in it. Ashley scares them, saying that if their parents come home, she'll tell everything to them. Garrett is a little scared and he wants to leave the house, but Luke stops him, saying that nothing will happen. Garrett has the first turn. He asks Luke to touch Ashley's boobs. Luke is happy to hear this, and so he does it. After some time of playing the game, Garrett says that he's not comfortable with it all. Luke says that the party has just begun. There are a lot more things ahead. Now Luke gives her the drink, but Ashley throws it on the floor. Meanwhile, they hear the doorbell. Ashley starts shouting so that anyone hears her, and they can save her. Luke is angry at her, and he puts tape on her mouth so that she cannot shout anymore. When they go out to look at who's at the door, they find out that it's Ricky, Ashley's boyfriend. They're not allowing Ricky to enter the home. Luke is angry and says that Ashley doesn't want to talk to you, so leave. But he makes an excuse to give flowers to Ashley. He goes upstairs and looks for her. Luke is following him quietly from behind and strikes him with a baseball bat. Ricky is saved and he's not injured. He holds Luke and asks him about Ashley. Garrett comes and points the shotgun at Ricky. Luke takes advantage of the situation and strikes his head with the baseball bat again. Ricky falls down and becomes unconscious. Garrett is really confused and worried watching him unconscious, but Luke is enjoying all of this. He takes Ricky with him and ties him on the chair with rope beside Ashley. Ashley is now shocked to see Ricky in this situation. After some time, Ricky is awake, and Ashley asks him why he's here. Ricky looks towards the phone. It's revealed that it was Luke. Luke tells her that he himself has texted Ricky to come here. Listening to this, Garrett is really angry now and asks him why he's doing all this. Luke asks him to sit down at the corner and be quiet. He takes out Ashley's phone from the aquarium and sees that the phone is still working. Luke calls Ashley's ex-boyfriend Jeremy and invites him over. Meanwhile, Ashley undoes the rope from her hands with a piece of glass. Luke takes Ricky to the hall in the house, and he's about to strike Ricky with the paint can, but he misses it the first time. Garrett is really scared and asks him to stop all this nonsense, but no one can stop Luke at this point. He's not in his senses. Ricky is also really scared, and he starts asking for help from Ashley. Luke wanted to try to hit him once more, but Ashley comes there with a gun in her hand. Luke drops the paint can, which hits Ricky's head, and Ricky dies. Ashley starts crying now, and Luke is feeling really happy having done all this. He's sure that no one can say anything to him. He'll do whatever he wants. Now Ashley says to Luke that she'll shoot him. As soon as she fires the gun, she sees that there are no bullets inside, and the gun is empty. Ashley runs outside the house, and Luke asks Garrett to follow her and not let her get anywhere. If she succeeds in running to the police, she'll tell them everything about us, and we'll both go to jail. Garrett runs and tries to catch her, but he can't. Suddenly, Luke appears and he strikes her head with a brick. Ashley falls down and becomes unconscious. He takes her back home. Luke has planned all of this earlier, and a 12-year-old kid can be this cruel and has the mind of a serial killer. No one knew this before because he was always innocent and no one detected his intentions in real life. Now Garrett asks Luke why he's killed Ricky. Luke tries to become a clever boy and puts all the blame on Garrett's head. He scares Garrett, saying that you should do what I'm asking you to do. Don't try to use your head and be clever. If you want to live, then follow my instructions. Then he asks him to take care of Ashley. He goes outside because Ashley's ex-boyfriend Jeremy is about to arrive. As soon as Jeremy arrives, he starts looking for Ashley. Luke asks him to write an apology letter to Ashley, only then will she allow him to go inside. Jeremy is now busy writing the letter. On the other side, Ashley is busy convincing Garrett to untie her, as she's really worried and sad. Garrett takes pity on her and unties her. On the other side, as Jeremy is writing the letter, a rope hangs him on the tree. Luke has done all this with the engine. He kills him too. Garrett apologizes to Ashley and asks her to forgive him for all of this. He also kisses her on the cheeks. Luke appears suddenly and he's really angry at Garrett for his behavior. He shoots Garrett with a shotgun, but Garrett survives with one shot. He starts shouting for help. He shoots him with a second shot, due to which Garrett dies on the spot. Ashley is now unconscious after seeing this. Luke stabs her neck with a knife, and he cleans the whole house while dancing. He creates a scene like Ashley's boyfriends were fighting, and while doing so, Ashley was also killed. He goes to the bed before his parents reach home and pretends to sleep. When his parents arrive, his mom starts shouting, seeing the dead bodies in the house. They call the police immediately. His mom suddenly runs towards Luke's room and sees that he's fine. They call the police, and Luke tries to act very innocently in front of his mom. He asks his mom what happened in the house, and he pretends like he knows nothing about anything. They hear the police saying that one of them is still alive. Luke is now really scared hearing this. He looks outside the window and sees that Ashley is still alive, and the ambulance is taking her to the hospital. Ashley shows her finger to Luke, which means she's trying to say that he can't be saved now. Now Luke says to his mom that he's worried about Ashley, and he wants to go to the hospital to meet her. The movie ends here. To watch more explanations of these kinds of movies, click on the videos on your screen, and don't forget to let me know how you feel about today's video in the comments down below.